Alright, this might be getting a little bit overwhelming for you in case you are just skipping through the lectures and not implementing and not practicing, and that's exactly why we need to take a little step back, take a little breather, and I'm going to show you how to put all the concepts together that I have taught you so far in order to take a certain trade. So let's get to the charts. Let's try to understand how to put all of this together. So let's say we are on the 1 hour time frame, okay? And we have to read a certain chart, we have to analyze a certain chart. The very first thing that I look at is the support and the resistance levels. So this is a support level which I understand it exists. This is a resistance level which I understand it exists. Then let's try to read the charts. So what I understand from this is, so you can also go down to the lower time frame to understand things. It might give you a better view of things. So if you look at this on the 15-minute time frame, I can see that there was a very weak strength and momentum on the downside, except for this particular candle and that candle only. Because if you look at the other candle, this candle, which is very huge, it has a very long wick, which basically shows extreme demand, which basically shows a lot of buying pressure. Now if you look at the volumes are high, but the candle is bullish, which basically means there were a lot of buyers in this area. And then eventually what happened was the price continued to remain sideways and the volumes completely dried up, which once again tells me that the price is not interested in staying in this area. The price might want to go up higher. So what I would like to do is, maybe in this area I would like to wait for a confirmation, or I would like to wait for an entry. So let's say price comes back down here, makes a bullish candle and gives me an entry. I would like to buy in this zone, and I would like to wait for the price to go all the way above here and then sell my Ethereum. So this is how you put all the things together. So in very simple language, what I did exactly here is I used imbalance of power, I used the support and resistance, I looked at the strength and momentum, I looked at the volumes. Did I use any chart patterns here? Well, not really, because most of them are bullshit. But if you look at this very carefully, very carefully, this kind of looks like a double bottom, which is the only chart pattern that I have talked to you about in this particular course. Most of them are useless. Most of them you're never going to use it. All you need is support and resistance and the right understanding of strength, momentum, volume analysis, and liquidity. Liquidity is a very advanced concept which we're going to talk about in the next few lectures. But let me give you some more examples. Let's go to Bitcoin, for example. So let me share with you guys one of my very recent trades that I took on Bitcoin. All right. So what happened was, and this is a trade that I also shared in my community. I also told everybody that the price is going to go up from here. So what happened eventually was, so if you look at this particular zone, so my analysis was very simple. This is a support zone from where there was a very violent up move. So naturally what you would expect is, you would expect the price to come down and go up from here. So what we did, we expected the price to come down and go up from here. And then what happened? The price came down and formed a double bottom. The price started going up. Now if you look at the volumes, guys, what does the volume tell you? The volumes are coming down, which basically means the price is not interested in going down, and there's a support region. And if you look at the buy side volumes, the buy side volumes are increasing, the prices are going up, and the volume is also going up. So price came down, formed a double bottom here, and we were waiting for the price to go up, come back down here, and this is where we wanted to enter. So if you look at this, what exactly happened? The price came down, gave us a bullish confirmation candle, and this is exactly where I bought. I entered over here, and from there you can see what exactly happened. The price started going up and gave us a very nice profit. And if you look at what happened later, it stopped exactly at this particular resistance zone and came down, and I sold somewhere over here. So I exited this trade around 70,000 price of the Bitcoin, and this is where I got out. So this is all you need to frame the right trades. This is all you need to understand in terms of analysis. There's a whole different segment of risk management and liquidity that we're going to talk about, but this is the simplest form of analysis that you can ever do and that you can learn without beating your head and without complicating things for yourself. And then later on we got another similar opportunity. So if you look at what happened, I'll give you another example. So if you look at this particular zone, from here there was a violent upside move, right? So normally you would expect the price to come back down and respect that zone, and exactly what happened. And sometimes volume can scare you guys. Don't get scared of volume, just shift to a different smaller time frame and it will give you a better picture. So if you look at this, there's a huge volume here, but look at the candle. There's a wick over here. So this doesn't necessarily mean that there was a lot of selling. So what happened? Price went up, high volume, and then the price went sideways, volumes dried up, price started coming down. There was a little bit scary volume, but it was only for one candle. So this one candle, you can ignore it sometimes, because sometimes something like this happens. Price came down, price formed a double bottom. You can see a significant rise in volume from here. Price came back up with good volumes, volume increased. Price when came down over here, you could have entered on this particular candle right here, which is giving you a very bullish signal right at the support zone which we drawn, and from there you can see the price continuously went up. So this is all you need, guys. This is all you need to understand how to frame the right trades, how to take the right trades and be on the winning side of the market. But this is not it. This is not what is going to make you profitable. This is just the concepts that you're going to use to analyze the charts. There's much more, and I'll see you very soon.